Darren, hey, congratulations for Untitled Horror Movie.
Thank you very much.
Hey, so tell us what initially brought you on board for a film like this.
Um, well, obviously, I'm sitting around in my apartment twiddling my thumbs, watching Tiger King or whatever during quarantine, and had nothing to do. But not just anything could have come along and caught my interest. Luke Baines was a friend of mine that I knew about a year prior. We did Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., really hit it off. He hit me up out of the blue, asked me if I was interested. I read the script and really enjoyed the character and also really enjoyed Luke. So it was kind of a very easy yes.
So how quickly did this project came about for you? Like in terms of like getting the script and getting the equipment to actually pull this off.
I think it was all about probably within a month that it all came together. So it was a very quick turnaround.
So from my understanding, you had to basically film yourself during quarantine for a production like this. How did you pull it off?
Yeah, we had a great DP and just technical coordinator, Kevin, and Nick was also very helpful. But they sent us the makeup. I was taught how to do my makeup, which I had some background in because I did theater. We all did the sound, we did the lighting. So every time we'd set up the shot, it was a matter of just setting it up until Kevin was happy and then we'd press go. And luckily enough, reshoots and ADR and any of that was less on this project than anything I've ever done, surprisingly. So kind of insane.
How did they manage to direct you during this entire process while you're shooting yourself?
Well, it's interesting, it's not like a regular set where you can see the director behind the camera and the DP watching you. Everyone would disappear and we were kind of going off on our own. And we'd go through the entire scene and then, Kevin and Mike would come in and tweak things or tell us, give us some options and let us play it through all the way again. So it was just kind of like a big playground.
It's funny is because I know a lot of actors, they don't like to look at the camera because they could see their own reflection. But in this case, you probably have no choice but to see yourself. How did that feel? Was it something you got used to over time?
I think I've gotten used to that even before, because with the amount of self-tapes I had to do in quarantine or self-tape auditions I've had to do, I've had to basically look directly at the camera, and sometimes the camera's facing me so I can see myself to make sure the lighting's okay. So it wasn't that foreign to me. But acting with people on a screen, it's the very reason I haven't really been doing acting class since quarantine, because I couldn't wrap my head around the idea of doing scenes over, a computer. But it ended up working really, really well. And it was some of the most fun I've ever had. So
now tell us how acting alongside with your other castmates actually worked. Was it on like a weird, like a specific scheduled accordance to the script, and then you get to act with specific people, and then you act generally with everyone?
No, everyone was going at it the exact same time. Every time we have scenes together, it was all filmed together. Everyone's on, everyone's timing it, everyone's, playing off of each other. But obviously, yeah, everyone respected the writing to a degree. But then luckily we had a director, Nick, who allowed us to kind of play and do our own thing. So there's a lot of ad-libbing too. There's a lot of random improvisation that a lot of it made the film. So it was really, really great. He gave us a lot of freedom.
I was going to say it seems like there's a lot of improv in this film, and everyone was so mean to your character.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy to be mean to. He's one of those very desperate actors. So it was easy to be mean to him.
one of the things that I actually found amazing about your character is that in some particular scenes you had to basically throw yourself around, like on the bed or couch or whatever those were. Could you tell us how you managed to pull that off for yourself and film yourself at the same time?
They told me, and it said in the script he was throwing himself around. So I went 0 to 100 very quick, and I was slamming myself against the walls, throwing myself in the bed. I ran off camera and then jumped almost over my bed and almost broke my face on the other side because I tumbled off of the bed. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I definitely was sore after doing it many, many times, but I'm glad I did it that way because I think it just looked more real. So, but yeah, of course, Nick and everyone on the other end was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's do it again. So it was fun.
That certainly does take a lot of talent. Now, for audiences who don't know, to get this straight, during this entire production, you guys never met each other personally, physically.
Never. And we were also across multiple different time zones, and dealing with our own things at the time. I mean, Claire was pregnant, and I personally didn't know it. I think some of them knew each other previously, but I did not know anyone. But it felt like we knew each other very quick, and I think that was special.
Then, and for this production for yourself, you didn't have any help whatsoever, maybe like a roommate or family member or anything like that to help you out during this process?
No, and that was not even allowed per SAG guidelines, because I think some of the scripts had to be rewritten because there were two people in the same room at the same time that weren't cohabitants. So yeah, it was very strict. There was no one allowed over to help with anything. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So what ended up being your greatest challenge throughout this entire process?
I think the greatest challenge was, I think, just trusting myself that, there was a lot of anxiety of like, oh my gosh, am I recording? Is the memory card okay? Is the sound okay? Like, so just trusting ourselves, because you're trying to be in it as an artist and act, but you're also worrying about if the sound is okay, if your makeup's okay, if your hair is okay. So it's all up to you. So really letting go and just trusting that was one of the hardest things, I'd say.
That's awesome. I love your skills and talent. And Darren, one more thing before I let you go, because obviously you kept busy during the pandemic, but I like to ask a lot of people about a pandemic question is, how do you, besides this project, how did you stay sane and creative during this entire time for this past year?
I was fortunate enough that I think I was working on like 5 different projects during quarantine. So work kept me very busy. I was very fortunate with that. But other than that, it was FaceTiming family. It was trying to keep a schedule and not fall into the vortex of waking up at 2 p.m. and, just being lazy, because that just makes it worse. So yeah, just trying to keep to some sort of schedule and create something every day, whether it's writing, music, or really intuitively studying movies. So.
Excellent answer, Darren. Hey, it's been a pleasure speaking with you about Untitled Horror Movie. Congratulations, and can't wait to speak to you again about your next project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye now.
All right. Bye.